I'm walking in my purpose. I'm walking in my purpose. I'm walking in my purpose. I'm walking in my purpose.
Welcome to Stool Talk. Today on Stool Talk, we'll be spotlight a student athlete. Who we have with us today?
Zevonie.
What position you play?
I play 2 through 4.
Here on Stool Talk, we spotlight the student athletes who are dominating their sport, being great. Talk about their journey, for their journeys could be a resemblance for the young kids, the youth that's coming up before them. So, Z, how did you get involved in basketball? How old was you when you first started playing?
I was either 10 or 11, whatever age you are in 5th grade. And I started because my mom was coaching a 6th grade team, and she let me like play up just so I had something to do with it. I just fell in love with it.
What do you love about it?
Whenever I'm playing basketball, all like the outside thoughts go away. I'm just focused on like just the game, and then just being around like supporting teammates and stuff. It just like genuinely brings me joy.
Yeah, teamwork. Speak of teamwork. What does teamwork mean to you?
On the court, like sharing the ball, being like communicating with your teammates, sharing the ball, communicating, and having each other's back. Like when you see your teammates down and you see they're like missing shots or whatever, like you like have to like amp them up, like not let them get in their head, help them lift their head and stuff like that.
Yeah, what do you love most about basketball?
It's really like, you know how people say they have like their home away from home?
Yeah.
Like being on the court is like my home away from home.
I like that. Yeah. What kind of leader would you say you are? Do you lead with your play, or do you lead vocally, or both?
Mostly lead vocally. Like, especially this past season, we had a lot of new players and they would like get confused a lot on the plays. So I'm not really like the type to yell. I'm just the type of like, you got it, like just do this, don't do this, like don't get in your head. And then like calling out the plays, because you know like our point guard is new too, so I'd be like, oh, would you call out this play? I see like that's gonna work, and then like they would trust me too. So
yeah, that's being a true leader, stepping up, saying what needs to be done. What sets you apart? If I got Z on my team, what are you bringing to the table?
I never have an attitude. You'll never catch me like tearing down my other teammates. I never give up, no matter like if we're down or if we're up and then like, oh, like the team's not that good, I'm never gonna like play down to myself.
Yeah. Being that you are a great student athlete, not just an athlete on the court, but in the classroom, how did you balance schoolwork, practice, games, even being a teenager? How would you furtherly do it at the next level?
I had a notepad that I would always write down on, and even my calendar on my phone, I'd write like my practice schedule, what time I need to be at practice, what time I need to like set aside for homework, and what time I need to be to my classes. Even like, because we had like online classes sometimes this year.
Yeah.
So like whatever time I need to get that work done, and then go to the gym after, and just really just having that all planned out so I don't have to like try to figure it out all at once.
Yeah, and I heard you was a gym rat, you get it in, you work really hard. What does hard work mean to you, and why do you go so hard putting in the extra work?
Because I believe that there's always going to be somebody that works harder than me, and I never want to be that person on the team that like be like, oh, you can tell they're not working. And the coaches can always see when they're working and not working. And the hard work is like doing the work even when you feel like you don't want to do it or you don't have the motivation. You just have to do the work, no matter like if you're like going through some stuff. Like, yeah, you can deal with it, but then you always have to come back to basketball, you know?
Yeah. What aspects of your game do you feel like are strong, and what aspects do you feel like you need to work on?
Strong, I would say, is setting like my teammates up for like a good shot, like, or passing the ball ahead, like my IQ, making good plays. And what I need to work on mostly is probably just ball handling, really. Yeah.
Looking ahead, what are your goals individually and team-wise?
Individually, I feel like I need to work on.
Do you got an average you want to average? Do you want to impact your game in a certain way? Individually?
Oh, okay. So individually, like before, when I was like hooping consistently, I would average like 18 to 20 a game.
Yeah.
And then that average came down because obviously I had like surgeries and stuff. I hadn't really had much time on the court. So I want to get that average back up, especially like going to college and stuff. I'm not going to obviously I'm not going to get like 20, 30 a game, but that's the goal, to at least get back to at least 15.
Yeah. And how was it coming back from your injury? And what could you say to the youth who might suffer an injury and might be timid coming back? What would you say has helped you, or advice you could give to them?
Not giving up. Like, I wanted to give up so many times, but it was just like times where I just think to myself, like, how bad do I really want this? And then the answer would always be like, oh, I really want to do this. Nobody can really stop me from doing it. So I always just had to keep working, not giving up. Working when I didn't want to. Even if it was just like little stuff, like whenever I was in pain, I'd like do the work and then rehab after. And yeah.
Who are your role models and who has helped you to what type of player you are today, become what type of player you are today?
What has helped me, like who has helped me become who I am today? Really, my mom and my grandma, really. My mom, because she played basketball in college. So it's like, whenever she would tell me stuff, because you know some parents, they don't know what they're talking about. But my mom, she knew what she was talking about, and she really like helped me have a good head on my shoulders, like making good decisions to like eating wise or work ethic wise. And that's also part of like how I like keep like so organized today, because she would help me out with that. And my grandma, she would help me with like my mental and stuff, and to help me like have that like it's okay, just keep working, like it'll all pay out.
Yeah. And what's a rewarding part that you have gotten from playing AAU?
Playing AAU, definitely my offer. That's most rewarding, because that's what I like was working toward. Like I had no offers coming into my senior season, and I ended out with like 8. And then once I finally committed, it was finally I did it, like all my hard work paid off.
So what words of encouragement could you give to the youth who might be looking for a score, going through the same thing? What could you tell them? Because your journey is one that showed that if you keep on putting the work, you could have gave up not playing AAU, but you did it, and then the offers came in. So what would you say to the youth who might be going through that same thing?
Never give up. Trust the process, really. Even when times seems like they're hard, like if you keep working and you really want to get at it, like it'll come. Most definitely.
Yeah. What's a memorable moment you had thus far in AAU?
A memorable moment would be our second tournament, and it was in South Carolina. Like the whole team was like, we were all working really hard. We didn't have a lot of players that game because we were like still like some people were out due to injuries and all that stuff. So we had like 7 players, and we were playing this team that was like not better than us, but they just obviously had more team chemistry. They obviously been playing together, and we were down. Well, we were up first, and then we let them come back because obviously we were getting tired and stuff. But like we all kept together as a team, and then we got back up, and then they went up too, and then we ran a play, and I hit the buzzer beater 3 to get us into overtime, and we had like 2 overtimes that game. After that, everybody was dead tired. We ended up losing by 1, but at the end, like coach was really happy with how we played, how we didn't give up, and that's just a game I always remember.
Yeah, coming together, making plays, and the timing is worth it. Last couple of things will get you up out of here. After a big game, where is he going to get something to eat, or what meal do you go to after a big game?
Definitely Chipotle.
You make sure they ain't stingy on the bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and lastly, words of encouragement. Whatever comes to your heart, speak something to the youth.
No matter like how rough things might seem, or if you feel like, oh, you're not cut out for it, really just look up to God, and He already has a set plan for you. You just have to trust the process and really believe in Him. And yeah.
Thank you.